Two running backs with opposite styles. An offensive system that needs balance. But how do Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason fit into this offensive scheme in 2025? And what does that reveal about the Vikings' plan for McCarthy? The answer begins now, with the player profile of Aaron Jones right here at the top of the image. At the top of the image, the name Aaron Jones was ranked as the number 14 running back in the overall position ranking, which already indicates that even at 30 years old, he still holds a prominent place among the NFL running backs. Now let us focus on the physical block. Height, 5 feet 9 inches. Weight, 208 pounds. And body mass index, 30.7 at the 67th percentile. This combination says a lot. At 5 feet 9 inches, Jones has a lower center of gravity, which favors quick changes of direction and shortcuts. This makes him difficult to bring down on first contact, as he is able to keep his feet active even under impact. This type of player is more stable when running laterally and has an easier time evading tackles. At 208 pounds, he combines explosion with durability and traffic. He is not a pure power runner, but he is not fragile either. This body density, reflected in a body mass index above average, shows that he can withstand contact and still produce after it. The type of player who gains yards even after being hit. On the right corner, we see the draft pick, 5th.39 in 2017. In other words, he entered the league without much hype, but built his relevance through efficiency and versatility, something that today makes him a strategic piece within Kevin O'Connell's system. The age, 30.6 years. This reinforces the idea that he needs to share the backfield with someone, not due to limitation, but to maximize his durability and impact. That is why the arrival of Jordan Mason makes so much sense. Aaron Jones is a complete runner who can line up in multiple situations and bring balance between run and pass. He understands spacing, knows where to attack, and protects the quarterback by providing a safe option in the passing game. In the Vikings system, he is not just a playmaker. He is a key component that keeps the offense flowing. Now let us take a look at the athletic performance statistics for Aaron Jones. Here on the athleticism score screen, the highlighted number is 101.7. This places Aaron Jones above the average tier, but he is not the type of athlete who excels in combine drills. In other words, he is not a physical phenomenon, but he has a reliable and well-balanced athletic profile, one that allows consistent performance even past the age of 30. In the 2017 class ranking among running backs, he placed 18th out of 56, which shows that even though he was drafted late, he already had solid physical attributes to compete. In the overall class ranking, he appears at 327 out of 577, which is typical for a running back, since positions like wide receiver and edge rusher tend to dominate physical testing. More interesting are the historical numbers: 262 out of 763 running backs and 3,818 out of 6,567 across all positions. This reinforces that Jones was never the most athletic, but he compensates with execution. He accelerates well after the handoff, knows how to change direction at the right moment, and makes quick decisions. In Kevin O'Connell's system, which values timing and reading, this is gold. Now we go straight to Jones's 2024 season stats. Here we see he played 17 games, with 255 carries, 1,138 yards, and an average of 4.5 per attempt, proving that even with a high volume, he maintained efficiency. He is the type of running back who does not rely on big plays. He steadily accumulates yards, keeping the offense alive. In the passing game, 51 receptions for 408 yards, and this is not just a minor detail. It means the quarterback can count on him when the pocket collapses. He presents himself as a target and still gains yardage after the catch. 7 total touchdowns and 14.2 fantasy points per game further reinforce the point. Jones still delivers high-level production. Now it is time to analyze the next running back, Jordan Mason, starting with the player profile. And stay tuned for the video, because later we will show how this duo could be the key to making the Vikings offense work with McCarthy under O'Connell's command. At the top of the image, we see that Mason was ranked as the number 41 running back in the overall position ranking. The number may seem modest, but it only reflects the limited role he had in the system, not his actual ability. Moving down to the physical data, he is listed at 5 feet 11 inches in height, 223 pounds, and a body mass index of 31.1, which is at the 75th percentile for the position. This positions him as a physically impactful runner. His build is made to handle contact, push through tackles, and turn short gains into real forward progress. This type of profile is essential for an offense that needs consistency on early downs and aggression in the red zone. Mason provides interior traction. He does not dance around traffic, he goes through it. Notice here on the right side, undrafted in 2022. This detail is key. Mason has overcome obstacles from the start. He earned his spot through merit and execution, which reinforces the value of his competitive mindset and work ethic, attributes highly valued in internal scouting. Age, 26.2 years. He is at his physical peak and ready to handle increased volume with consistency. Already adapted to the pace of the NFL, his technical development can advance even further under the offensive leadership of Kevin O'Connell. Let us take a look at Mason's athletic data. In the left corner, the athleticism score is 100.7, a number that represents a functional and balanced athletic profile. He is not the fastest or most flexible running back, but his body responds well to demanding physical stimuli. Among the 64 running backs in the 2022 class, Mason ranked 18th, which already shows his testing numbers stood out within his position. He was physically ready to compete. In the overall class ranking, he appears at 287 out of 464, which is expected given his denser build and contact-oriented style, less favored in pure acceleration metrics. In the complete player profiler history, Jordan Mason ranks 315th out of 763 running backs ever evaluated. And when looking at the absolute ranking, he holds position 4,180 out of a total of 6,567 players across all positions. And when looking at the absolute ranking, he holds position 4,180 out of a total of 6,567 players across all positions. This reaffirms one thing. He is not a combine player. He is a field player. He applies his strength with precision, especially in direct collision situations. He relies on shortcuts, a strong trunk, and a low center of gravity to win the point of contact. The difference lies in how he turns these attributes into functional production. His first step is powerful, his impact absorption is stable, and his post-contact execution is above average. Now let us look together at Mason's statistical data during the 2024 season. In the first row of the table, Mason appears with 12 games played in 2024. Despite not being present in every game, his availability is solid and reflects strategic usage, not physical limitation. He had 153 carries for 789 yards, averaging 5.2 yards per attempt, an excellent number. It shows that Mason maximizes each carry, turning attempts into efficient yardage gains, even without big explosive plays. This average places him among the most productive runners per attempt, which is even more significant, considering many of these plays occur on short downs, where defenses are tightly packed. In the passing game, he had 11 receptions for 91 yards. That is not his specialty, but this figure shows he is expanding his skill set and being developed as a secondary option in specific passing situations. With 3 total touchdowns, Mason demonstrates presence in high-leverage moments, an indication that the coaching staff trusts him to deliver in critical situations such as the red zone or 3rd and short. Mason is the type of player who turns execution into productivity. His value is not in the number of touches, but in what he does with each one. He is a name that may not be at the top of the headlines, but is vital to the operation of the offense. The combination between Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason is not a coincidence. It is a precisely designed fit to provide multiple responses within the same offensive system. While Jones operates with lightness, short area acceleration, and refined reading, Mason comes in with impact, interior line traction, and physical presence in decisive downs. The difference in styles does not divide the backfield. It expands the possibilities. Within Kevin O'Connell's philosophy, this duo allows the offense to shift identities without changing formations. The attack can threaten both on the ground and through the air from the same alignment, exploiting unbalanced defenses and forcing the opponent into reactive play. Jones stretches the field horizontally with agility and receiving ability. Mason drives forward vertically with power and consistency. Together, they create rhythm, timing, and control of the game. For McCarthy, the impact is direct. Less pressure, more time in the pocket, and wider windows in play action. He does not have to carry the offense on his shoulders. He can grow within a well-constructed system. Knowing there is a reliable, complementary, and productive running back duo beside him gives the young quarterback the peace of mind every rookie needs to develop reading, anticipation, and decision-making. More than just a simple rotation of carries, Jones and Mason represent an intelligent and adaptable offensive approach. A system where one player's strength protects the other's explosiveness, and where their combined contributions build a solid foundation for McCarthy's development. In 2025, the Vikings' offensive success will not rest on a single name. It will depend on how precisely the pieces fit together.